Wow, that looks like a very cool and informative Reddit post, but unfortunately, I'm illiterate, and looking at it makes my brain hurt. Well, never fear, friend. We're gonna break down all the new animations as simply as possible in today's episode of The Newbies Guide to Dokkan Battle. Welcome everyone, my name is Waffles the Asian Yenbear, and I hope you guys didn't mind that little joke in the intro. I've been trying to organize all the animations for this video, and honest to god it makes my brain want to die, but it'll all be worth it if we can just explain all the details in a way that is easy to understand. If nothing else, then this video can at least be for my own reference. So, before we get started, I want to address a couple quick things. First, I know that I am definitely not the first person to make this video, but I wanted to wait until the internal data was confirmed before speculating on what each thing means, and now that it has been, we can say with certainty what each animation should trigger. So, big shout out to Reddit user NSS-PTEPPIC, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that, for making this video possible. And if you have a Reddit account, please head to the link in the description and give this person a much deserved upvote. Now, I also want to note that as of this moment, these summon animations are not on Global. However, we recently got news that they will be added very soon, and I'm making this video now with JP information, but basically all of that should stay the same with Global. Voice lines were not changed with his update, so there shouldn't be an issue with English except for the new text on the poll. We'll talk about that in just a bit. So, with all that being said, let's get started. We're going to go mostly step by step in the order of what you would see first, but we do need to talk about the new mechanics, so like you can see on the screen, we're going to start with a basic overview of the new mechanics, the standard combinations, the guaranteed fusion pairs, and then the guaranteed rewind pairs. Then after that, we're going to talk about the blue sky animation, the new pull down text, and the Zen Osamas. Following that will be the anniversary Goku's extended Kamehameha, new screen crack, and we will finish with a review of some of the old animations that are still relevant now. So, one of the big new features is that there are now animations that guarantee a new LR or a new Dokkan Fest, and now that's new to the game, so talking about their debut banner, not just new to your collection. So, it's very interesting, very helpful, and very hype if you get those animations. In addition, since making my first video with the old animations, pairs of characters that guarantee fusion were discovered in the files, and we will cover those in just a bit. Then the last big one to talk about is the do-over/rewind function. We'll be calling it the rewind function in this video. Essentially with this, we will rewind your summon animation and then give you a Vegito blue animation guaranteeing you a new LR or a new Dokkan Fest. There are also guaranteed rewind pairs, and we'll cover all three of these new features in this video. Okay, so now let's talk about what new characters have been added and break down the different pairs. So, the new characters are Future Trunks, Future Mai, although she is part of a Hercule on Boo type situation and she only comes when carried by Trunks, Android 17, Android 18, Beerus, and Whis. And that's not too many new characters and pairs, so let's break it down into what combos exist. First, all of the old combos that could mean 3 SSRs, a featured character, or an LR still exist, but I want to correct one thing I said in the previous video. Tien, Chaozu, and Yamcha together actually means a guaranteed featured or above, never just 3 SSRs. So that means for 3 SSRs or more, you have Krillin alone, Goten with Kid Trunks, Gohan with Piccolo, and Tien with Chaozu. And if you get those animations, they will not come with any other characters, it'll just be them and Goku. But if you get the new one, which would be Android 17 with Android 18, that can actually appear alongside other characters and still be considered a combo. However, they should not appear with units that would create a higher combo, so Android 17 and 18 could come paired with Yamcha, but never with Krillin, since Android 18 and Krillin make a higher, better combo. It's a little bit strange, but that's how most of these new combos work. And as I just briefly mentioned there, we do have a new featured or higher combo in Krillin plus Android 18. And again, they can have other characters show up as well. So for featured and above, that is either Tien, Chaozu, and Yamcha, or Krillin and Android 18. As I mentioned before, we also have Future Trunks carrying Mai as a new pairing, and that means exactly the same thing as Hercule riding on Boo. Both will guarantee either a Dokkan Fest or an LR, depending on the banner you're summoning on. Could be either if it's a Dokkan Fest LR banner. Then finally we have Beerus and Whis together, which guarantees a rewind animation and a new Dokkan Fest or LR. And a quick note here, it should only be for newly released LRs, but we haven't had a good chance to test it since the animations have been released. However, according to the Reddit post, it's new LR/Dokkanfest exclusive, so I feel pretty comfortable saying it's for new LRs and Dokkanfest only. Anyways, after that we have the guaranteed fusion pairs from the files. Which, another quick note here, whenever I mention Trunks, it will mean either Kid or future Trunks. They both fit the exact same combos. You'll also notice that characters that share similarities or would make pairs before tend to show up in the same slot. So, like the Reddit post, we're going to be grouping them together in the same pictures. Any one of those characters will count, and I will use plus signs to denote each slot. Okay, now let's get started. So first up, we have Vegeta plus Gohan or Piccolo. You can also have Vegeta plus Gohan or Piccolo, plus Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha, Krillin, Android 18, Android 17, or Majin Buu. For a group of 4, you can have Vegeta plus Gohan or Piccolo, plus Tien, Chaozu, or Yamcha, plus Krillin, Android 18, 17, or Majin Buu in the last slot. Then you've got Vegeta plus Goten or Trunks. You can also have Vegeta plus Goten or Trunks, plus Krillin, Android 18, or Android 17 in the third slot. Then, for a group of 4, you can have Vegeta plus Goten or Trunks, plus Tien, Chaozu, or Yamcha, plus Krillin, Android 18, Android 17, or Majin Buu. You'll notice that sometimes in combos of 4, Majin Buu will share the same slot as people in the Krillin group, so that's Krillin, Android 18, or 17. After that, you've got Vegeta plus Majin Buu. Then for 3, you have Vegeta plus Majin Buu plus Tien, Chaozu, or Yamcha. Then the last big group of guaranteed fusion combos is Vegeta plus Beerus or Whis plus Krillin, Android 18, or Android 17. For a group of 4, we just add Tien, Chaozu, or Yamcha to the last slot. Now let's cover the guaranteed rewind pairs, and these are a tad bit more complicated. If you get Beerus and Whis together on any summon, that is a guaranteed rewind. But if you have Beerus or Whis alone, or basically with one other person that is not Vegeta, that will also count. For groups of 3, you've got Beerus or Whis, plus Gohan or Piccolo, plus basically anyone who isn't big and pink, so no Majin Buus in that last slot. On the Piccolo and Gohan pair, you can also have a couple groups of 4. Those are Beerus or Whis, plus Gohan or Piccolo, plus Krillin, Android 17, Android 18, or Vegeta, plus Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha, Goten, or Trunks in the last slot. Now moving away from Piccolo and Gohan, there are a couple other pairs. You've also got Beerus or Whis plus Goten or Trunks plus Vegeta, Krillin, Android 18, or Android 17. For a group of 4, it's the same plus Majin Buu in the 4th slot. Finally, you can also have Beerus or Whis plus Tien, Chaozu, or Yamcha plus Majin Buu. For a group of 4, the last slot would have Krillin, Android 18, or Android 17. There are a couple last pairs to mention, and these pairs can be either guaranteed fusion or guaranteed rewind. There is no way of telling which, and that is Beerus or Whis plus Vegeta alone. For a group of 3, you add Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha, or Majin Buu, and for a group of 4, that's Beerus or Whis plus Vegeta plus Majin Buu plus Tien, Chaozu, or Yamcha. There are some other pairs that are guaranteed not to be a fusion, and some that could go either way, but I think that most people aren't as worried about that, and it would make this video more complicated than it already is, so if you're interested in the specifics there, go check out the Reddit post in the description. But now that we've got the pairs out of the way, I also want to talk about the blue sky animation. While in most summons you'll have your standard background, there is now a chance you'll fly in on a blue sky with a rift in the background from Goku Black's Scythe. If that happens, it's like rewind and you're guaranteed a new LR or a new Dokkanfest exclusive. So after the characters have flown in, you should normally see some text that says Hippare, and in English it should say pull. But occasionally in JP you might see Yokose and then Hayaku when you pull down. If you do, that is a guaranteed fusion, even if Vegeta was not part of the characters that flew in with you. From testing for this video, this one actually seems to be one of the more common animations, so make sure to pay attention to what your text says. If it is different than pull in English, it's probably going to be guaranteed fusion. When you pull down, you might also get 2 Zen Osamas that pop up on the top of your screen. That'll guarantee you a new LR or a new Dokkanfest exclusive. Then, after you release, you have a chance to see the anniversary Gokus instead of the usual Super Saiyan 1, 2, and 3. If you do, then that guarantees a Super Saiyan God animation, which still means 3 SSRs. And occasionally, you may notice that the Kamehameha goes on a little bit longer than it's supposed to. If that happens, you're guaranteed a featured character. Then, of course, you have the rewind animation, which consists of Whis appearing, tapping the ground, and rewinding your summon for you. You're then given a Vegito Blue animation, which no longer just means an LR, it now means a new LR or a new Dokkan Fest exclusive. Finally, we've got a new screen crack that says Pufu Pufu, and that's exactly the same as Oolong wishing for panties. It's a second screen crack and it means an LR or a Dokkan Fest exclusive. Then, there are a couple other older animations that we can cover very quickly, but they haven't changed since the last animation update. 4 characters flying in with Goku is still a guaranteed SSR, and 3 is at least an SR. When you pull down, Kore de Owarida still indicates a featured SSR or an LR. Ichibachi Kara is only a guaranteed SR or higher. Omae ga number 1 da in Vegeta's voice is a guaranteed fusion. And as mentioned with the Yokosei Hayaku text part, you can get this even without Vegeta, but again, you do need that pull down text to be different than normal. Rainbow text is a higher possibility of a featured character, but nothing guaranteed. Super Saiyan 1 and 2 guarantee an SR or higher, with Super Saiyan 2 having a higher chance of an SSR, and Super Saiyan 3 is a guaranteed SSR. One screen crack still guarantees an SSR, the second one in a row in the same summon guarantees a Dokkan Fest or an LR. Sometimes fakeouts will happen in the summon animation, so it will show you an R character's silhouette, and then switch it at the last moment for an LR or a Dokkan Fest. And that's basically everything. Before I go, I want to briefly apologize if my sound was a little bit off in this one and some of my recent videos. My standard microphone has been having some problems, so I've had to switch to a headphone mic. I'm kind of hoping to replace that next month. But anyways, I do hope that this video was helpful for you all. Hopefully I was able to explain it in a way that was easier to understand than just the Reddit post. If you have any questions, I'm of course happy to answer them in the comments down below. Also, please do let me know if you have any other topics you want me to cover in future Newbies Guide videos. As you can kind of see on the end card here, I've got a whole playlist of them, so if you're looking for advice on Dokkan Battle, you might find some answers there. All that being said, my name is Waffles the Asian Yenbear, and I hope you have a good day, good week, good life, and subscribe for more Dokkan Battle content in the future. Now, goodbye.